Yo, what up everybody, Casket King here with another Happy Shelf video. Now today's video is going to be a little long. And the reason is, there's a lot more books on the shelf than I thought there would be. And I'm not going to do an individual video on each book. That's too many videos. So what I've decided to do is I've gathered up all the books, and I'm just going to do one video on all the books. So here we go. I've got Short Circuit, the novel. I love the movie. I plan on getting the robot eventually for the shelf. I keep jacking the fucking price up on it. Pisses me off. But I'm putting this on the shelf. I haven't read it yet, but I plan to, and I'll do a book review. And here we go. There's the hardback copy of The Indian in the Cupboard. There's the key you see there. I put this on the shelf because I loved the movie as a kid. And this is actually the first book I actually ever wanted to read. I used to fucking hate reading. And I'm like, oh, reading's fucking stupid. Books suck. And then I didn't know there was a book. I didn't know it was based on a book, and I saw this. And the library was selling it for $1 because they were throwing it out. And I got it, and I fucking fell in love with it. And I have to add this to the shelf because it's really the first book I wanted to read all the way through. And that's why I'm putting it on the shelf. Next up is The Moaning of Life by Carl Pilkington. I love Carl Pilkington. If there was an action figure, I'd put that on the shelf instead. But I'm putting The Moaning of Life on there because I thought that was his greatest adventure yet. I can't wait for The Moaning of Life 2. I'm going to be doing a book review on this eventually. I'm almost done with the other book. So there'll be a review of that probably within next week. Or whenever it comes out. I don't know what order I'm going to put these out in. Anyway, here's a book I enjoyed. Missing Abby. I enjoyed this book as a teenager. Probably do a book review on it eventually. I don't know. Let's see, here's another book, Thirsty by M.T. Anderson. Another book I enjoyed as a teenager. I found it at a bookstore for $1 once, and I'm like, hey, why not? Alright, next up is Max Brooks' Zombie Survival Guide. You always gotta have one of these, just in case. I fucking love this thing, and I might do a book review eventually. I don't know. Alright, so here's a magazine. This is Pojo's unofficial Pokemon Encyclopedia Millennium Edition. Now, I spent literal hours looking at this magazine as a kid. I mean, look how thick it is. And it's just filled with Pokemon cards and pictures and checklists and all that shit. And I must have looked at this thing a million fucking times. Because I loved Pokemon, and I can't believe I still have this. I can't believe it's still one piece. Shit. I think I got this in 1998, 1999. I can't quite remember. But I'm putting it on the shelf because, shit, I loved this as a kid. It's just awesome. Next up is an issue of Nintendo Power. I can't believe I have an issue of Nintendo Power. I used to look at this thing all the time as a kid. I think this came out 97, 98, I'm not quite sure. It was right when Pokemon Yellow came out. And, let's see here, this is Playtest Donkey Kong 64. So, maybe this is before Donkey Kong 64 came out? I'm not quite sure. But, I used to love looking through this thing. There was all sorts of shit in here. There was all sorts of, there was a Pokemon guide for Pokemon Yellow, I think, in here. And just all sorts of stuff. I've probably read through this thing so many times it's not funny. But yeah, copy of Nintendo Power, that's going on the shelf. A lot of people have fond memories of Nintendo Power, so that's a good thing. Alright, next up is a Christmas book. Now this book has a bit of a story to it. This was actually given to my mom when I was like 1 or 2 years old. I think we were living in a motel, and I think the guy who owned the place gave this to my mom, and we've had it ever since. And I don't know, I gotta put this on the shelf. I mean, shit, who doesn't like Christmas? But yeah, I've definitely got to put this on the shelf because just look at it. It's gotta go on the shelf. But yeah, that's all of today's items, or all the books and magazines and whatnot. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it's kind of long. If you'd like to help me with the Happy Shelf, please feel free to donate to my website down below. There's also a new blog for the Happy Shelf where I post pictures of all the items. And I just want to say you guys are fucking awesome, and I'll see you next video.